the European continent. Thank you.
I thank the representative of France for the statement. I now give the floor to the representative of China.
President, I thank ASG Yancha for his briefing and welcome the high-level representatives of Estonia and other relevant countries to the meeting today. President, the airspace incident discussed by the Security Council today and the drone incident discussed a few days ago are both spillover effects of the Ukraine crisis. They reflect the lack of mutual trust and growing suspicions among relevant parties and illustrate the complex and sensitive nature of the current European security situation. As long as the Ukraine crisis remains unresolved and the war continues, similar incidents are likely to reoccur. Therefore, the urgent imperative and fundamental solution are to realize a political resolution to the Ukraine crisis as soon as possible and to build balanced, effective, and sustainable European security architecture. Regarding the Ukraine crisis, we have fully elaborated our position on multiple occasions at the Security Council before. Tomorrow, the Council will hold a high-level meeting on the issue of Ukraine, when China will expand our position again. I will not go into details today. On the airspace incident, China urges the parties concerned to remain calm and exercise restraint, clarify facts and dispel doubts through dialogue and communication, avoid misunderstandings and misjudgments, and prevent the situation from expanding or escalating. We always maintain that countries should follow the purposes and principles of the UN Charter in handling international relations. Thank you, President.
I thank the representative of China for the statement. I now give the floor to the representative of Somalia.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the outset, I would like to thank ASG Yancha for his briefing on the development in the Baltic Sea region. I welcome His Excellency, the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Estonia, to this meeting, as well as the representative from the region. Mr. President, the situation in Eastern Europe remains a significant concern, carrying serious implications for regional stability and international norms. The divergent narratives surrounding the events of September 19, which are happening against the backdrop of the ongoing war in the region, underscore the urgency of the situation and the critical need for diplomacy and dialogue. Such incidents highlight the fragility and volatility in the region, reminding us of the fundamental principles enshrined in international law and the United Nations Charter, including the peaceful resolutions of disputes. We firmly maintain that there is no military solution to disagreements over airspace or territorial integrity. Continued escalations only serve to heighten tensions and undermine the process for a durable peace in the region. We believe that lasting solutions are found at the negotiating table, not through acts that can be interpreted as hostile. In this regard, we call upon all parties to exercise maximum restraint and engage in earnest, substantive dialogue. A durable solution will require a genuine commitment to de-escalation, confidence-building measures, and renewed focus for diplomatic efforts. To conclude, Mr. President, my delegation reaffirms its unwavering support for all efforts aimed at upholding the principles of international law and achieving just and lasting solutions consistent with the United Nations Charter. We firmly believe that the people in the region deserve a future defined by peace, security, and stability. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Somalia for the statement. I now give the floor to the representative of Russian Federation.
Thank you, President. There was a time when Europe, for many of us, was associated with the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, cutting-edge philosophy, culture, and science. Yet today, all of that, unfortunately, has gone, and it's gone for good. Voltaire, Rousseau, Kant, and other leading philosophers have been replaced with the von der Leyens, the Callises, and the Johnsons, as well as other small-time blinkered Russophobes, thanks to their efforts, the primitive hatred for our country, and an attempt to portray Russia as the main threat to pan-European security, is, before our very eyes, becoming the only ideology of European states. They're trying their utmost to make the next generation forget the bitter experience of predecessors of today's Euro-integrators. For instance, the experience of Napoleon and Hitler, who suffered defeat at our country's hands, for which Europe paid a lengthy and painful price. Any events are immediately interpreted through an anti-Russian prism. The very idea that war with Russia is unavoidable is being frantically pounded into the heads of the European populace. Russia is being branded all sorts of things, portrayed as an enemy, not even going to the trouble in principle of using facts or evidence. When these assertions turn out to be false, no one even thinks about apologizing for spreading such blatant lies. Today, we will have an excellent opportunity to see this for ourselves, given that in the room we have a lot of European extras. These extras will, as per usual, will be letting their imaginations run wild regarding the threat from Russia. This paranoia has reached never-before-seen heights. Just last week, we were compelled to listen in this chamber to groundless accusations about supposedly Russian UAVs entering Polish airspace. Not a single piece of evidence that these drones were of Russian provenance has been provided to date. It's telling that just a few days later, we heard that the incident involving damage to the roof of a residential house in Lublin province, which was a key component of this anti-Russia campaign, in reality was the result of a missile erroneously being dropped from a Polish fighter jet. The Polish Prime Minister Tusk today recognized that not a single drone that was found contained explosives. Not a single one posed a threat to civilians. As for the Polish opposition, it clearly said this is a blatant provocation, the aim being to pull Poland into war. President, we take very seriously allegations against our armed forces. We always try to get the facts, which should allow us to understand what actually happened.